HowExpert! Top 10 test preparation tips and lessons. HowExpert publishes how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more. Moving on, let's talk about the HowExpert Top 10 Student Test Preparation Tips and Lessons. Number 10. Take great class notes. No matter what value you find in your instructor's teaching, being present for each class and taking good notes is essential for acing your test. You can see what the instructor has emphasized because some do not cover every concept or type of problem in each section. Also, some want you to solve problems or perform various tasks a certain way, and if you deviate from their method, you may lose points. Your goal should be to take the best possible notes and work problems alongside your teacher because studies show active engagement with the material increases your understanding and ability to ask questions as they occur. Remember, request permission from your instructor to record the lesson so you can play it back in case you didn't catch something. Number 9. Digest your class notes. Soon after class, while the lesson is fresh in your mind, rewrite your notes in your own words, ensuring that everything makes sense. Rework each problem and try to justify every step. Recreate every drawing or graph, especially if you need to do it on the test. Research shows that by rewriting your material in your own words, you are processing it in a way your brain understands, establishing neural connections that will enable you to absorb and retain the information better. This practice will also help you identify what didn't make sense after you've had time to think about it, so that you know what question to ask your teacher or tutor. Number 8. Read your textbook. Many students skip this critical step, but if you take the time to read your book and take notes, you may comprehend the content more thoroughly than by just attending class. The text may fill in gaps that you didn't catch in your teacher's lecture or that you may have skipped. Also, do the example problems and justify every step, and then you'll find that you'll complete your homework a lot faster because you've done one of almost every type of problem in the section. Number 7. Do all the homework. Do the assigned homework soon after each lesson. Many online homework systems will let you do a similar exercise so that you can practice each type of problem infinite amount of times. Review solutions to ensure your work is correct. If you're using an online homework system, complete graphs with paper and pencil and then select the best answer on the screen to develop graphing skills instead of just choosing the closest image. Graphing by hand is more valuable to practice because in future classes or in your career, you won't always have an array of graphs to select from. Number 6. Compile your questions list. As you review your class notes, the textbook, and the homework, keep a piece of paper next to you and jot down anything that doesn't make sense. Save pages in your book with sticky notes so that you can quickly flip to your questions. This practice will ensure you don't forget to ask about something and then get stuck during the test realizing the thing that you never understood or inquired about is now a big part of the exam. Keeping a running list of questions can ease your mind because you know you've covered all your bases in a systematic fashion. Number 5. Ask for help. Some students become too reliant on tutors or teachers, hoping someone else demonstrates how to do each problem before trying it themselves. You'll learn better if you struggle through them on your own first and determine what confuses you. Use the examples in the book that you already did to assist you. Try the internet to find a similar problem to review that'll give you more explanations or clues. If you still cannot figure something out, then seek the help of a classmate, tutor, or teacher. Number 4. Pair up with a classmate. If you can explain something, it means you understand it. If you cannot explain, and then you don't quite get it. So find a partner in class to work with and talk through each concept to each other. Teach each other how to do various problems. Compare your solutions to the same problem and discuss if they're dissimilar. Sometimes someone can describe something in a way that's different than your teacher, the book, or even the website that you found that clicks with you. Other times, showing someone else how to do something will provide another chance to practice and cement the process in your mind, increasing your chances of retaining it for the test. Number 3. Make your study guide. About a week before the test, start compiling your study guide. A few pages on which you will try to condense all your notes that you've taken from your class notes in Step 2 and the ones you recorded from the book in Step 3 into just the essential facts. Write down anything you need to review as neatly as possible. You may even type your guide if you prefer. Include at least one example of each type of homework or class example problem from every section that will appear on the test so that if you get stuck during the exam, you can recall the correct solution from your study guide and mimic the same steps. After you complete this guide, spend the entire week or whatever time you have left before your assignment and commit this guide to memory. If you want to practice remembering definitions and theorems, make flashcards, or use an online app that creates flashcards or other review activities. By following the process described above, you will likely feel less overwhelmed when you realize you only need to study a few pages of notes. Remembering the essential information required for your test will be easier because it's now well organized and concisely stated instead of a torrent of scribbles like from your class notes. Also, while creating the guide, you are reinforcing much of what you learned and will need to study, making the whole process easier and more effective. Number 2, do all review activities. If your instructor provides review materials, make sure to use them. They'll detail what you will likely see on the test. Ask your instructor how closely the test might resemble the review sheet or practice test to better understand what to expect. Also, take advantage of the textbook review. Any review given in your homework management system, and even sample tests and quizzes you can find on your textbook publisher's website. Note any problems or concepts that are still confusing and seek help on them immediately. Try reviewing on your own before consulting your study partner so that you can determine any outstanding questions you have. Number 1, make and do at least one practice test. If your teacher provides a practice test, ask how closely it will be in terms of the number and types of questions to the actual test. If it's similar in length, scope, and format, put your notes away and time yourself, pretending it's a real test. Then score your work and see how well you did. Doing this will help you understand how ready you are and what else you should review. Taking practice exams is also a valuable exercise for those who suffer from test anxiety, because simulating the actual exam at home at least once will help you feel calmer when it's time to take it. Pick a few questions from each section and then do the same as described above, taking the timed test without notes. If you don't do well on your practice test, go back and redo homework problems from the areas where you're having a hard time. Then try another practice test with different but similar exercises to see if you've improved. If you're still struggling, connect with your support system. As they say, practice makes perfect, so investing this time will be well worth it. If you liked our video, be sure to click like and subscribe for more HowExpert Top 10 videos on all topics from A to Z in the future. Also, let us know what other topics you want us to do on HowExpert Top 10 video in the future in the comments below. Thank you, have an amazing day, and good luck on that test. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more.